is why working
greatest adventure on which man has
smart
ever
is
embarked.
never working hard.
All right.
Recording live, not live, from the space station above the Space Needle. Beep, beep. In Northridge,
California.
basically Los Angeles.
That's right.
Welcome to the show. Let's start it, shall we?
Let's do it.
The Mercury Brothers.
The show where everything matters and nothing matters.
And yeah, why don't you take it from here?
Okay, so episode 2. All right. First of all, we want to say thank you guys for joining us for episode 1.
We had over 1 million viewers.
We were surprised at how
it was a really good turnout.
We just did a soft little release, and we were surprised at how much positive feedback we got from it. And what's funny is that the same thing that we were worried about people not liking is what people seem to like. Where it was like, it's not about anything.
We're the Seinfeld of podcast shows, basically. It's like a show about everything and nothing.
Yeah. I got messages from people saying they want to get back into martial arts because of the stuff that I was talking about.
Yeah, dude.
People saying, "Hey, you remember this time that me and you went to the Northridge Mall and you were stoned and you ordered a pizza and then you thought that we were getting caught and we ran away and
At the skate park and shit?
I didn't remember it. Our show's about a lot more than just our experiences of smoking weed. I promise.
It doesn't have to be. We got a lot of them.
No, it doesn't have to be at all. We
Weed
do have
is
a
just
lot
like
of them.
it's like the background music to our life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, welcome to episode 2. Again, thank you for joining us for episode 1. Please, in the future, now, whenever, on episode 1, on this episode, on future episodes, comment, engage, like, share, all that stuff helps.
Help these brothers out,
That all
man.
helps with the algorithm. And we just really appreciate all the support that we've had so far.
Yeah.
And we're happy to have you guys with us.
And on a metaphysical side of things, if y'all want to envision us with like fame and glory through this podcast as a nucleus for everything we're into.
As a nucleus for everything we're into. Yes. Wait.
Fuck, we'd appreciate that too.
So you mentioned in episode 1
Yep.
that you had experimented and did DMT for the first and only time.
Yes. So, just to preface, I'm not a drug addict. I smoke weed. I find the more weed I smoke, the better person I am. I mean, just keep it real.
I keep finding that for myself also.
But you got to go through a phase of also not smoking to kind of, appreciate
and
it.
if it's not for you, it's not for you. But
I was going through a rough time in my life. I never even heard of DMT, okay? Which is called the God molecule.
oh God.
Yeah. He's like setting up. He's like putting pillows on the
Oh,
ground.
you did it at
In my
your,
house.
at
Yeah,
your place.
dog, in my house. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So he's setting up, putting all the pillows out, and I'm like, oh shit, like we're gonna go somewhere, huh? And then he's like, okay, and he's getting it ready. He's like, so this is it, and it's like in a vaporizer, and and I smelled it, and it smells like tennis balls,
What did it
tennis
look
balls.
like?
like a yellow,
Like a resin?
yeah, kind of like wax,
Like wax.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And by the way,
Yeah.
this guy that came over to do this with you, this is not like an unsuccessful person. This is like
no.
He is like
He's
totally
a star.
Yeah.
I mean, but as a Life Path 33, that if for those of you that are into numerology or those of you that want to get into it, it's a master number, and it is the shaman.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
He's a cool dude,
like
man.
The,
He's a
master teacher, basically.
He's a gentle guy. He's a peaceful guy. He's opened my mind up to certain things. He used to when I would have migraines, he would have me meditate my migraines
Oh
away.
yeah, I still do that. That shit works.
Yeah,
dude.
we got to talk about that on
Yeah,
an episode.
we'll
Okay,
have him on here. So
continue.
anyway,
so he
so-
comes
so he comes-
over. He gets everything ready.
All right. So basically, we going somewhere, okay? And here's the vaporizer, and he's like, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna take a hit of this. You're gonna count back from 10, and then whatever happens, just let it go. And I said, all right,
I'd already be tripping.
10, gone. No, there's no this shit. There's no coming on with this shit, bro. I hit that shit. The entire world just goes brrr, black and white kaleidoscope, geometric shapes, brrr, caves in on itself, right? And then the world is gone, and I think this is all happening in seconds, right? And I'm
Right.
thinking to myself, my body is no longer anything. I don't have a body. The world doesn't exist. I know that I'm tripping on a drug right now, but if I don't think I have a body, then I'm not going to be able to breathe, and I'm going to die. And then my face gets ripped off as I'm shot off like a fucking rocket to the center of the universe. And I was like, well, you just fucked up. You just killed yourself. I mean, like, literally, my brain was like, zzz. I was like, oh, that's it. Something weird happened, and I just died.
Little DMT, bro.
And I was like, I don't want to die. Okay, but you know what? Fuck it. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're dead.
Oh, no.
And then you go into the void, which is nothingness, and you become part of everything and part of nothing. And that's where all the hippie stuff comes into place, where it's all pure love, brother, all that kind of stuff, because that's what it is. And then there was some fun, interesting stuff that happened after that, but that didn't even come to me until months later.
Oh, man.
So, point is, it's a 15-minute trip, all right?
Okay.
And you're fucking gone.
All right.
There's no doing this at a party with the homies, okay? There's DMT, you can do that, but that's like a synthetic kind. It's less potent.
Yeah.
Your body produces DMT when you die or have a near-death experience. So you basically die. That's what happens, right? They call it death of the ego. But anyway, so a 15-minute trip. I come out of it, and my homie grabs me, and he goes, "What are you thinking?" And I said, "Everything matters, nothing matters." And he said, "Exactly."
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me that story before, but
Dude, and then
even hearing it again, it's
so the other day I don't know if you asked me, but I started telling you in detail, like step by step,
Right.
what it was like to do
Right,
the
right.
DMT.
Yeah.
And I literally felt my body disappearing when I was telling you. It tripped me.
Just remembering it?
Just remembering. I was just like, oh, I miss you. Yeah, not good. So,
that's
life-changing
great.
experience, man. Very vivid dreams after that.
Yeah.
And the homie, I'm just gonna say his name. His name's Matt. He told me, he was like, this is the gift that keeps on giving. You're gonna have realizations come to you for months,
crazy.
maybe even years, and it's absolutely true because, after then I went through my breakup that was really, really rough on me. Thank fucking God I came out the other side. I made it, but like it was really rough. My entire world got flipped upside down, right? And back at home living with my parents and just, oh my God, it was just like, oh my God. So I had to really go deep, like into myself and like question a lot of things that I've always questioned, but having that DMT experience is kind of like a place to jump off from, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I said in the last episode, it's like I had answers, but I didn't even know what the questions were.
Right.
So it's kind of like working backwards like that. And that's where I found astrology and numerology and a lot of things kind of fit into place with all that kind of stuff.
Hey, and if it led you to that, and if that stuff is, I've always preached, if that kind of stuff helps you with life, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's sports, if it's you being into numerology and spiritualism, whether it's meditation, whether it's like meditation in motion, whatever it is that makes you feel better, as long as it's not hurting anyone, including yourself.
Yeah.
I preach that it's great, and same thing with religion.
Yeah.
You know, if it's like regardless of what
Same thing with a group of people or a gang that's
Yeah.
not, fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, you want to belong. We all want to belong and treat each other well
Yeah.
for the most part. But, we're going to talk more about the law of attraction and manifestation and how, the laws of the universe they don't really care about doing right or wrong or good
Yeah.
or evil or anything like
Yeah.
that. Now, if you believe in the law of attraction, which it's science, so most people believe in science. But it's anything that you are going to do, you're going to receive. So if you're a bad person, you're doing bad things, you're probably going to think about all the bad things that could happen to you as a result of the things that you're doing, and that's why they manifest.
Right.
So yin yang, cause and effect, everything kind of takes care of itself in the end.
Yeah.
So be a good person is what I'm trying to say.
A book that really blew my mind, and I need to read it again. It's been a while. Is The Secret.
The Secret.
And The Secret is basically the law of attraction. But it's a great book.
An easy read.
It's an easy read.
There's a documentary too, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not, to me. It's not the same either. But I feel like it's for me, it was an easy read, just digesting it in little chunks.
It's like the New Age Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
With like more of like an Eastern flair kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Shetty's also awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so the
Think
other
Like a
day,
Monk.
I Think Like a Monk. Jay Shetty, he interviews celebrities. He does a lot of cool stuff. But
Yeah.
he was like
He has podcasts also.
He's an ordained monk, isn't he?
Well, he was at one, I don't know. I
then
think
get
it was a monk.
ordained, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, he was ordained. He was an ordained monk.
But what we were talking about him the other day, and Brooks and I were commenting on how similar his views are to Brooks's.
Right.
And I said, I bet he's a Virgo, and we looked him up, and he was a Virgo.
Yep. Just while I was reading it, I was like, man, this guy really breaks it down and thinks a lot how I do.
This guy's really smart. He's really good looking.
But it's funny because and this also kind of goes along with what we were talking about earlier, just even with the law of attraction. A lot of these things are things that I feel like I know already.
Yeah.
But it's great to read them and have it be reinforced because you forget what you know a lot of times.
Oh, 100%. We forget 50% of what we know,
right.
dog. I mean, and like for real, if you want to know my deep and honest opinion, when we're children, we're old enough to where we've had enough memories to have some decent thoughts.
Right.
That's when we're actually the most right about everything.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people
The
say.
imagination and all that shit, like that's what it is.
Yeah. Banks swears my son used to be a pilot in a
I don't know
former
yet.
life.
I haven't talked to him about it.
Well, he's getting close to being able to talk a lot. He's almost 3 and he is obsessed with airplanes.
Yeah, I just think that, it's been said that we all kind of remember
Our past
our
lives.
past lives and have
Uh-huh.
knowledge, before the veil is pulled over us. But
Right.
the right age is right after they start like really being able to communicate, but before the age of 5.
Oh yeah,
Gotta have approval from the mom and dad.
that's right.
So don't be weird for no reason. Don't do that. So there was a study done. There's 3 test groups. Test group A did finger exercises, okay, for like an hour a day for like a week, and group B visualized doing the same finger exercises, but didn't actually do anything. Same amount of time, hour a day for a week. Group C did nothing. That was like the control group, right? Didn't visualize anything. They're just losers.
Okay.
Right? So then the results were that the people that were doing the finger exercises grew their finger 33%. Group C that did nothing, obviously, I don't think it takes a genius to figure out that nothing happened. Group B, who visualized it, they grew their fucking fingers 22%. This is a test that's been done many, many times, many different ways. It's so funny. We're talking about our dad. My dad's the world's biggest conspiracy theorist who doesn't believe in conspiracies.
Right. He's also the world's #1 fact checker.
Yes, that's for sure. So I'm telling him about this. I'm doing a lot of research on manifestation, law of attraction. I'm like, dude, they did this fucking they did this study and blah blah blah. And he's like, I'm gonna look into that. I don't know if that's really true. And so he comes back to me, different study, not the same study, but it still proved the same point, right? And I'm like, isn't that amazing? And he goes, well, all it tells me is if you work out, you get better results. And I said, that's what you took away from that.
Yep.
They grew their fucking finger without doing anything.
There's 2 things that stick out to me in that story. One, the power of positive thinking, not even positive, but the power of positive thinking. That's a positive thought to me, thinking of working out their finger. But what's funny to me is how with negativity, if you look at that cynically, like,
this fucking idiot. You only got 22% instead of 33.
Or if he would have just worked out, he would have gotten
Yeah.
33. But that person who's thinking that way is more likely to be Group C that does nothing.
Oh, very true. Wow. You know what else is funny? That particular study, the 33% and the 22%, those were the actual figures. Those are 2 of the 3 master numbers in numerology.
Yeah.
3 or 4, it's controversial. But 11, 22, and 33 are the traditional master numbers. Brooks is an 11, by the way. Hey. So is his son. So anyway, what I took away from that is that our minds or our consciousness, because it's not our brain, our nervous system and all that, like the consciousness this has been said by science. Consciousness lives in the brain but originates somewhere else. Wow, that's kind of mind-blowing. But what this tells me is that our minds or our consciousness are creating our reality in some way. Now, you could say, oh, well, it's our body. So it's like, okay, you thought something and it physically happened. So let's just say we're going to accept that, that our mind can somehow manifest our physical reality, right? Then if you tie that in with manifestation and law of attraction, the way that it works with the law of attraction is there is no yes I want and no I don't want. There's only yes I want and yes I don't want. Okay? So when you think on something and you put emotion behind it,
Right.
that's the most important part. That's when it manifests. Now, what most people, the most vivid visions that they have that have emotion connected to it are what? Memories.
Yeah. Of
Right?
course. Of course.
The law of attraction gives you whatever you think on and whatever you take care of. So if someone is thinking about their past and it sucks, they should not wonder why their present sucks.
Right.
Because the law of attraction is bringing you whatever you're thinking on and whatever you're caring for, especially when you put emotion behind it. So you have a fucking memory like that and you're constantly thinking on it. That's why your present sucks. And that's why Buddhists say, forget the past, live in the present. And I say, big dreams about the future. But you got to have visions,
Yeah.
you know? So just kind of tying all that in there. And one other thing that I think is kind of fun to touch base on is if you are a human being who believes in our existence, then you believe in magic.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you're a fucking atheist, if you're fucking Christian, if you're Hindu, doesn't matter if you're agnostic or spiritual. If you believe in our existence, you believe in magic. Okay? My argument to that is this. Most people don't go here, but I go here. We go all the way back to the very beginning.
Right.
There's either a God that created this, but if you're really being subjective, you got to say, okay, well then who created God?
Right.
And then what?
And then who created that?
And then?
And then who created that?
And then?
who created that?
And
And
then?
what was before that? And who
And then?
created that? And what was before that? And who created that?
Okay, so that theory, there's no beginning and there's no end to anything,
Right. And it's
which is fucking magic. I'm just pointing that out. Okay, but yeah.
Well, it's I was reading a book called What Buddhists Think, and I've studied a lot of Buddhism stuff, but I've never like quite considered myself Buddhist. I like to pick and choose what I like out of different religions and philosophies. I've even read a lot of stuff that talk about how Buddhism isn't a religion; it's more of a philosophy on how to live life without suffering.
I kind of feel like that too.
But it's documented that the Buddha said exactly that. When people would ask him those questions, he would either not answer or his answer would be,
It doesn't matter.
You're asking the wrong question. It doesn't matter. And then
Because you'll never find the answer.
and it's said that he had followers that would ask him afterward, his own ordained followers, like, hey, what's up with that? Why didn't you answer that? But like, what about this? And what about this? And that was a specific thing where it said that time is a construct and there is no beginning or end to it. And that's why the present is so important. And they specifically said, because the whole notion of a creator, it doesn't end.
Yeah.
Something has to create something to
Yeah.
create something to end. And it basically says like, I don't know the answer. That doesn't matter. This is about ending suffering and being happy.
Right.
Right.
So really, your only two options for existence is there was no beginning and no end to anything. So
Right.
that's magic.
Right.
Or that something came from nothing,
Yeah.
which is magic.
Right.
So
Ponder on that.
yeah, so now that we've got that established, is the law of attraction so hard to really get down with? You know, when you hear like hippie people say things like, "Oh, like we're vibing, we're vibing the same frequency, bruh." Okay, there's actually science behind that. One of the universal laws. This is science, Steven. One of the universal laws is that everything is constantly in motion. Really, when you think about existence, it's perfect chaos, right? Everything constant. I mean, if you look at our bodies or this desk or whatever, nothing is still. It's small particles all vibrating, right? So in science, basically it is proven that vibrations attract frequencies are attracted to similar frequencies.
Okay.
So that's why when you're vibing with somebody, you're literally vibing with them.
Vibrating.
Like vibration frequency, right?
Yeah.
And so tying all that in with everything, it's also been proven that your mind controls your emotions and your emotions control the energy that you're putting
Yeah.
out. So your mind is basically changing your vibration, which ties into the finger thing.
Right. And you know what's and I talked about this with you, that I have read and done classes on how when you see monks or hear monks chanting, and not just the chanting, but the like almost humming and buzzing and the
Yeah.
and the and sometimes they even do the like and like that kind of stuff.
The new age thing is sound bathing.
Yeah, I've seen
heard-
that
yeah.
also. But it's said that literally creates a vibration throughout your head, which goes to your pineal gland and throughout your body, that is supposed to be healing, give you a sense of euphoria, make you feel better and focus more on the present.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's-
there's even new there's new breathing things that are coming out. A lot of people are realizing that breathing can get you into crazy meditative states and shit.
dude, so most of the meditation I did started with breathing.
People known about it for thousands of years.
Yeah.
The Eastern.
It goes back
you know,
to like every
Basically, since the beginning of time, there's been woke motherfuckers, and then there's been everybody else, and it's just always gonna be like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, you can have the same experience that you have on DMT if you're experienced in a certain type of like yoga and breathing techniques, and literally experience an identical thing. And also, they believe that it's connected to dreams, because it does. You get a boost of DMT when you dream as well.
Wow, that's crazy.
So tying this all in, I think we're gonna wrap up this episode with a little bit of knowledge. The voice in your head is more than a voice in your head, in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion. It is your higher self, your consciousness, your higher self, right? It's what separates us from the beasts. And this works, it ties in with all the manifestation, all the law of attraction stuff, because when you are manifesting something, the moment that you have a vision of a future possibility that you're thinking about, something, a desire that you want, and there's like some emotion behind it, it gets you excited or makes you happy or whatever. The moment that you visualize that, your higher self is already there. Time is a construct, okay? Your higher self is already there. The only thing in the way from you getting there is yourself. You can say, oh no, it's the money, it's because I have a family, it's because I have this. Those are all excuses. They're all excuses.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
So here's how to manifest something. It's very simple. And meditation, it definitely helps with this, okay? And we'll get more deeply into this on other episodes, but take this for what it is. It's better to get into the alpha state of mind, which happens during meditation or right before you go to sleep and you're really tired and you're like, which, fun fact, Edison used to sleep, he used to have afternoon naps, and he would sleep with a metal ball in his hand, and he had a metal, like a tray next to the couch, so when he'd fall asleep, the ball would fall, and it would hit them and clang, right? And he'd wake up. And that's when he came up with most of his inventions.
Wow,
Yeah.
like in that half
So
sleep,
it's same thing when you
sleep
wake
state.
Yeah, same thing when you wake up. You're in the alpha state of mind right when you wake up in the morning too. Okay.
Okay.
So get into a relaxed state of mind. You can do it right before you go to sleep. You can do meditation or whatever, but make sure you're completely relaxed. Your body is chill. You're just chilling. Let your mind wander if that's what you want to do, but at some point, focus back on something that you desire. Okay. Not saying anybody should desire anything evil, but it doesn't fucking matter if it's right or wrong. It doesn't matter if you want fame and fortune. It doesn't matter if you just want to have a better family, you want to be a better mother, you want a better job, whatever it is, get specific.
Okay.
Okay? And also, you know, we're talking, you can manifest something within seconds. You really can. I've done it. But for something big, go 12, 18 months in the future. Okay? And when you envision this desire that you have, envision it as if it already happened. Not currently.
Right.
You're thinking of the future. So I'll give you guys one of mine because you'll help me manifest it. That I played a packed show at the Red Rocks. That amphitheater.
Red Rock
and
Theater.
Natural like ravine, and the acoustics are like amazing and all
Yes.
that, right? All right. So my manifestation was, 12 to 18 months I want to be playing there. But I didn't just think of me playing in front of the audience and how great that was. I envisioned me after getting off the stage, or people seeing me on the street and congratulating me and signing autographs. There's actually rappers who have done this recently that are famous now that would envision fans coming up to them and shaking, oh my God, you're amazing, right? So anyway, it already happened. Then you have to really let yourself fill up with that emotion, because really all great feelings, when you break it all the way down to its root, it's love. Okay, and that's that weird hippie stuff that we were talking about, but it's appreciation, it's love, it's accomplishment, it's safety, it's it's fucking love, man.
Yeah.
It's just the ultimate greatest
Yeah.
feeling, you know? It's what drug addicts are always trying to capture,
Oh, yeah.
basically. Now, you have to feel that. Make it real, all right? Get specific with what you want. If you want a new job, go to the building or find a picture of it. If you want to work for a better company, go there. Sit in the lobby. Like, for real, get this vision. Picture it, which is the hard... Hey, it's hard to think. Normal brain activity
Right.
is not thinking,
No,
okay,
it's
people?
not.
But humankind doesn't think anymore. But you got to... It's like a muscle. You work it out. Envision it, want it, desire it, and then let it go. That's the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go and trust in the universe or trust in your God or trust in yourself or whatever you trust in. But don't keep thinking about how you want it. Because the law of attraction gives you whatever you think on and whatever you take care of. Okay?
Right.
So if you are thinking, God, I really want that. What you're really doing is thinking, my life
don't have that.
My life would be better if I had that.
Right.
So
My life's not good.
Currently, my life's not good, and
Right.
I lack that.
Yeah.
So that's what the law of attraction is going to give you. More of that. Okay? So think on it, vision it, let it go. Everything matters, nothing matters. We control everything.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love you.
I love you too.
So thank you, everybody, for listening. We're going to have some fun with another guest next week. It's going to be a surprise this time, so we don't do what we did this time
Yeah.
and say somebody's going to be on. We didn't dig into my dad too much on this one, but next episode we definitely will.
Yeah. We're going to have our dad be a running joke, I think, on
Yeah,
the show for
definitely.
a while.
This is the guy who thinks he gets the world news because he watches CNN and Fox. He's a winner.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I love all you guys. Peace, love, unity, having fun. That's what we're all about. Where everything matters and nothing matters.
That's right. Hope you guys had fun. Thanks for joining us.
Till next time.
Till next time.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
That's cool, man. Me and my buddy over here just gonna stay home this weekend. Yeah. Just me and my flamingo. Okay, bye.